Yeah, what deal, little world? What's happening, YouTube? It's your man, Mr. JR, the Dreadhead Roster, Pharaoh Jr. checking in with you live and direct in full effect, man. Coming through making a video for y'all, man. I want to let y'all know right now, I done made at least about 2 videos the last couple of days now I was supposed to post on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about? One was about the herbal essence, and the other one I showed y'all around the new environment, the new state, the new city that I'm at or whatnot. But I don't know, man, the camera or the computer been tripping about however long the videos is or whatnot, so I had to you know, search through the computer to find out if I got a video editing software or whatnot, and luckily I do. So because of y'all now, you know what I'm talking about, I gotta edit my videos now, you know what I'm talking about, because I want to deliver quality, you know what I'm talking about. I want to make sure, I feel like all my videos is quality, you understand me? But for my new set of videos, you know what I'm talking about, I want to give y'all new scenery, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want it all boring and whatnot. Like right now, I'm posted up, chopping up with y'all in the bathroom or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. I want to take y'all out here to the block, you know what I'm talking about, take y'all out here to the backyard, to the park or whatnot, give y'all some scenery, man, you know what I'm talking about. So I had to, you know, start messing with the video editing programs or whatnot for y'all, man. So y'all, in due time, you know, the new video is gonna be up. I gotta re-record the videos all over again, you know what I'm talking about. Cause like I said, man, the computer acting up and all that, it won't open up the videos at a certain length or whatnot. So, you know what I'm talking about. But see, like right now, I got a guy in here stopping right now, you know what I'm talking about, just to be on the safe side, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, hold up. Alright, yeah. This video right here about the dreads, man, about the dreadlocks, you understand me? It done been a year now since y'all probably seen, you know, an update on the dreads or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. So let me go ahead, you know, update y'all on them or whatnot. It's about to be 5 years now. In June it's gonna be 5 years, you know what I'm talking about. I'm loving them, man. I'm embracing them every day. You know what I'm talking about? They not giving me no problems. You know what I'm talking about? Right now, I ain't got it twisted. I ain't twisting in about a month. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all already know this how I love my dreads or whatnot, but I am about to twist them up in the next dreadlock video. I'm gonna let y'all see, you know, when I twist them up or whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm taking my ponytail for y'all, man. Yeah. There they go right there, man, you know, 5 years and left. And as I stated before, I was growing my hair 1 year before I got the dreadlocks or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. I had the dodos. If you don't know what the dodos is, I had the dodos in my head 3 months in the beginning stage or whatnot, when I was growing my hair out or whatnot. The dodos is when you take rubber bands or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, and you just section your hair and you just, you know what I'm talking about, put a rubber band around it and whatnot, and what it does, you know, it doesn't really pull on your hair, but it kind of hold it tight, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like braids, except it ain't plaited or nothing like that, you know what I'm talking about. It's just a way of holding your hair up, you know what I'm talking about, as it grows or whatnot. So I had the dodos all over my head, you know, for about 3 months, and then within 3 months, from a fade or whatnot, within 3 months I got braids, and then I had braids for, you know, all the way until the next year came around, and then I started my dreads or whatnot. So all together in June it's about to be 6 years, you know what I'm talking about. 6 years of length that y'all looking at, 6 years of me growing my hair out. But really I only had dreads for about 5 years now. Hold up. Yeah. So With my dreads now, they healthy, they strong. You know what I'm talking about? Even the skinny ones and the roots. The roots are so thick right now, it's crazy, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I ain't even gotta worry about connecting no more. I ain't connecting none of my dreads since about the 2.5 year mark or whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gotta connect none of them no more, man. You know what I'm talking about? As long as I don't twist them 24/7 and, you know, I'm playing in my head 24/7, I ain't even gotta worry about the skinny ones, man. The skinny ones so strong at the root, I can pull on them, you know, like that right there, and they won't pop at the roots and nothing like that, man. You know what I'm talking about? When I wash my hair and my hair gets heavier or whatnot, man, it don't even affect them, man. You know, so that's basically that. But let me show y'all one though. They got a little problem. Yeah, this little buddy right here, man. Little mama right here, man. You know what I'm talking about? If y'all look, you'll see that, you know, this part right here is real thin. You understand me? What am I doing to resolve this? Really nothing. You know what I'm talking about? I really ain't doing nothing, man. You know what I'm talking about? If it fall out, it fall out. You understand me? As long as the root don't fall out or whatnot, I ain't tripping. That the root is real thick or whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? So I ain't even got to worry about that. But as far as this right here, you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm talking about? And this the only one that I got like this or whatnot. So, you know, if it fall out, it fall out, man. But other than that, I take care of it. You know, I check on it time to time to make sure that it's still there if it fell out yet. But this the only one that, you know, got this little bit of issue though, man. But right now I'm about to give y'all a 360, man. 360 view about the dreadlocks. Let y'all see what's happening, man. You know, here go the left side right here, man. You know. Let y'all see the back. You know, that's the back. 244 dreadlocks strong. You understand me? You know, 244 of these mugs, man. Right side now. Can't really fling it in, y'all. I fling it in. You know, my dreadlocks gonna hit the ceiling, so yeah, man. But that's basically this video right here, man. You know, I done showed y'all the dreadlocks, you know. So y'all got y'all year update or whatnot, you know, 5 years now or whatnot. 244 these mugs still hanging and swinging strong, you know what I'm talking about? I got something else I gotta put in this video, so y'all hold up real quick, man. Before I took the little break of taking care of my business or whatnot, I had man, I had a viewer ask me a couple questions about my dreads or whatnot, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer, you know, them questions or whatnot. You know, they wanted me to make a video about the questions or whatnot, so, you know, I ain't forgot about you. You know what I'm talking about? It's been a year since we chopped it up or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna go ahead and answer them questions for you. Hold up. Yeah. So these is gonna be the answers to the questions that I was asked. First off, the first question that was asked by the viewer was what made me decide to grow my dreadlocks? When I was young in Jamaica and I stayed in Kingston, Seaview Gardens, I've always been an observant person, you know what I'm talking about? I love to observe nature, you understand me? And, you know, the days that I'll go outside, go to school and, you know, just be cooling outside or whatnot, you know, I would pay attention to everybody, you understand me? You know, and when I looked at the community and all that, you know, everybody was always not necessarily rushing, but folks was always on the go trying to do this and that, you know what I'm talking about? But it was one particular type of people that stood out to me, you know what I'm talking about? And them people was the Rastaman, you understand me? The Rastafaris, and you know what I'm talking about? The Rastaman. And every time I see these people in the streets, you know, as I said before, the rest of the community or whatnot, you know, everybody was, you know, they'll take their time with everything, but everybody would always, you know, tripping about little things, you understand me? But when I seen the Rastaman them, and they burning their herb, and they moving through the crowd, you know, everybody walking at a certain pace, the Rastaman, he taking his time, he cooling, you know, life is gravy with him, you understand me? He not tripping about nothing, you understand me? And he walking and, you know, his dreadlock just swinging and he not tripping about life. Ain't nothing really that he tripping about. And that image always stuck with me, you know what I'm talking about? And before that, even when I was staying with my mama, before I started staying in Seaview Gardens or whatnot, when I was staying with my mama, before she had to come up to America and all that, I was staying in Washington Gardens with my mama. You know what I'm talking about? And I never liked getting haircuts, man. I never liked getting haircuts, man. And the more I kept on growing up, it still stayed the same. You know what I'm talking about? I just ain't never liked scissors or clippers going to my head. I felt like at a young age, you know, I remember I asked my grandma one day when I was staying in Seaview, I said, you know, somebody would come over there to the house and cut my hair or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? And I'd be like, Grandma, why, you know, why us boys and men gotta cut our hair, this and that, you know, I just want to grow it out, you know what I'm talking about? And, you know, she gave me an answer, oh, you know, boy, them folks cutting them hair on. You know, that was her answer and all that, you know, and I told her I wanted to, you know, I wanted to have dreadlocks. I wanted to have my hair like a Rastaman. My grandma told my ass up, cause, you know, so Jamaicans, mainly people from the island, the significance of dreads represents something spiritual and something biblical, you understand me? They represent you taking a vow upon the Almighty, you understand me, and you gonna live so righteous or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? That's what dreadlocks represent in the islands at the time that I was there or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? They strongly believe that or whatnot. Times and changed now, you know, they done started sliding off with it now or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? But for the most part, that same belief is still there today. So, even though you had that belief or whatnot, it was still badman and yardman in the streets with dreadlocks or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, that was giving dreads a bad image, you know what I'm talking about, and if you had dreads or whatnot, you was either looked at as a badman, a yardman, or a rastaman, you understand me? And my grandma, she didn't want me to have neither of those stigmas. She didn't want me to have the Rastaman stigma. She didn't want me to have the Yardman stigma or the Badman. You understand me? And ain't nothing wrong with neither of them really, except for the Badman. You understand me? A Yardman is just a person that's always outside 24/7 hustling and getting it in. You know what I'm talking about? You can consider the hustling good or bad, you know, based on, you know, how they like to get it in, you know what I'm talking about? But that's where the beginning of me wanting to start my dreads came in at. Now, as years came by, I still never had the opportunity to stand with my grandma. Man, I tried to grow a fro. I tried to have braids, staying with my grandma. My grandma wasn't having that, man. You know, she just wouldn't tolerate it at all, man. So, you know, it wasn't until I was about, you know, how old was I, man? I was probably about 12 years old. Let me cut this right here real quick. Yeah, as I was saying, it wasn't until I was about, I'm gonna say about 12 years old, either 12 or 13, when I finally had the opportunity to grow my hair out. You know, and at that time, you know, I was fascinated with the braids. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't forget about the dreadlocks, you understand me? But I was fascinated with the braids and all that, you know what I'm talking about? So I went ahead and got my hair braided and all that, you know what I'm talking about? The longest I've grown braids out at least about 4 times or whatnot. The longest I had my braids was probably a little bit shorter than, you know, the length of my dreads right now. You know what I'm talking about? So that's basically that. But when I decided to get my hair dreaded up or whatnot, it's when I had made a move to Atlanta. You know what I'm talking about? And in the South, what a whole lot of people don't realize, you know, Southern blacks have a whole lot in common with you know what I'm talking about, blacks from the islands or whatnot. They share a whole lot of similarities or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. But when I moved to the South or whatnot, in Texas don't really, you know, they not really a dreadhead state, you know what I'm talking about? They don't really have dreadlocks over there. You gonna see them from time to time, you understand me? But they wasn't really on the map like that, you understand me? Down there in Texas, it's about Southside fades and, you know what I'm talking about, temple fades and ball fades and, you know what I'm talking about, and braids. That's what Texas is mainly about when it comes down to the hair, man. So when I moved to Atlanta or whatnot in 2004, it was a dreadlock movement going on. Well, I'm gonna call it dreads, you know what I'm talking about? It was a dread movement going on or whatnot. Everybody was getting dreads. So now that I was surrounded by all these people that had, you know, the hairstyle that I originally wanted or whatnot, and now I had the opportunity because at this time or whatnot, I had just cut my hair or whatnot, because what happened was I had braids. And I was staying with one of my kinfolks. She's a very strong biblical person, my auntie or whatnot. I was staying with her, and I had braids, and she made me cut my braids. When she promised she wasn't gonna make me cut my braids or whatnot, but in order for me to stay in her residence, she made me cut my braids or whatnot. But a little bit after I cut my braids, I ended up staying with my dad or whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, my dad, you know, as long as I take care of business and all that, he don't really care about my image or whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? As long as I stay on top of my business, man. He tried to tell me that I shouldn't have dreads and all that because you know how people view them and all that. You know what I'm talking about? But hey, we all came in this world ourselves, and when we die, we gonna die by ourselves or whatnot. So whatever, you know, however people feel about you and however people look at you, man, you can't really trip about it, man, at the end of the day, because you gotta live how you want to live, you know what I'm talking about, in order for you to be satisfied in this life. You know what I'm talking about? But what I was trying to say though, man, so in 2004, when I touched down in Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about, I kept the fade, you know, after I cut the braids or whatnot, I kept the fade for about a year. And as I said, man, I never liked haircuts or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody loved the fade or whatnot, you know, everywhere I've been, everybody loved me with the fade and all that. Everybody loved me with the braids also, you know what I'm talking about, but I just couldn't tolerate the fade, man. So, you know, I had a plan or whatnot that I was officially gonna grow my dreadlocks out, and this would be the last form of style it is I'm gonna choose, you know what I'm talking about, and I put that on everything. I'm taking these to my grave or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. So I started my dreadlocks. 95% of my kinfolks, my blood, my family was against it. They was against it because in my life, I've been convicted 4 times, you know what I'm talking about, I've been locked up 4 times. So they already stigmatized me as a bad man, you understand me? And with the dreads now, you know what I'm talking about, and I had a grill or whatnot, I had the top grill or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, and with me getting dreads now and all that, you know, they thought I was a bad man or whatnot. So 95% of them was against it. The only person I can remember, and she's not really my kinfolk, she's my kinfolk by law, is my uncle's wife or whatnot. She the only one that really supported me, and my uncle kids or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. when I started growing out my dreads or whatnot. But as far as friends go, when it came down to females that I was dealing with or whatnot, I had waves in my head like a tsunami. You understand me? I'm talking about, you know, my waves was crazy. So they loved it. They loved me with the fade or whatnot, and they didn't want me to get braids because they thought I looked this and that type of way. They thought I looked ugly. When I got the braids, they said I look sexy, you know what I'm talking about? And then when I was talking about getting dreads, you know, you know, people like the affiliate, the beginning stage, they like to call it the ugly stage, you know what I'm talking about? So the females are like, damn, you know, we all know you gonna look trill and efficient and sexy and all the other shit once you get dreaded up. It's just that the beginning stage, you know, you're gonna be looking kind of rough or whatnot. That's what my females was saying at the time or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, my homeboys and all that. Yeah, as I was saying though, you know, they was tripping about the ugly stage, you know what I'm talking about, but me, you know, I've always been the type of person, if I have my mind set, I'ma do something, you know what I'm talking about, I'ma do it. You understand me? No matter what you say, how you feel or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. If I feel like, you know, I want to do something, I'm gonna do it, man. You know what I'm talking about. But as my hair grew, you know, went in the beginning stage or whatnot, I thought that how my hair was looking in the beginning stage after I twisted them, I thought it was gonna be real fat because my hair is real thick, and you know, my dreads, I use beeswax, you know, first one time only, you know what I'm talking about, and I had, my hair was about this long when I started, you know what I'm talking about, and after I twisted them, it dropped down about this much, you know what I'm talking about. So they was real fat, so I thought I was gonna have, you know, the big bumper clot, you know, got big knotted dread, you know, dreadlocks and all that. But as time went by, through a couple of months and all that, matter of fact, it took me a whole year before my dread started shaping up to the size that it was really gonna be or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. And I was also palm rolling them, you know, so they could get more compact or whatnot. So they started getting real compact or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. And I wasn't sad about it, you feel me, but really, you know, I wanted my dreads each to be by this size right here, you understand me, just, you know, if not this size, then probably a little bit bigger, this right here, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know, man, I always consider, you know, the natural free-forming dreadlocks as the best form of dreadlocks, you know what I'm talking about. So when I seen that they was getting compact and all that, you know what I'm talking about, I just took it like, you know, I'm a guy that accept them for what they is, man, you know what I'm talking about. I ain't about to go back and, you know, when they grow along, I'm gonna start connecting them and all that, you know, I'm just gonna let them grow. And the only time I'm gonna connect them is if they look like they getting weak and all that, you know what I'm talking about. So I just went ahead and let them grow. The 95% of kin folks that was against them or whatnot turned about 40%, you know, and it's still like that now. At least about 40% of my kin folks that I know of is against my dreads or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about. The ones that changed over and all that, you know, I guess they thought I was going to also have the big knotty dreadlocks or whatnot, but when they seen I had them clean and, you know, a whole lot of them and all that, you know, man, it ain't a time that they see me and they not playing in my hair, you know, touching on my hand, talking about, you know, can you cut them and put some on my head or whatnot, you know. It's a whole lot of them that like them now or whatnot, but the 40% that don't like them or whatnot, man, you know, I just tell them put my balls in your mouth, you understand? This, you know. And they know I don't really, you know, mean that in no disrespectful form of way. It's just saying, you know, like, you know, I gotta do me, man. And if you don't like it, you know, just put my balls in your mouth, man. It's, you know, this that. But all the way up to now, the stigmas I get I'm still looked at as a thug. Also because of how I present myself, how I carry myself or whatnot, my whole demeanor, you know what I'm talking about? I don't bow down to nobody. I speak my mind at all times. I don't give a damn if you a 7'5", 350-pound dude. You understand me? With some big old muscles. I'm gonna speak my mind. I don't bow down to you. You understand me? If I'm not feeling what you stand for or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? I move around and all that, you know what I'm talking about? I'm very outspoken, man, you know what I'm talking about? And my demeanor, it's like, my demeanor, you know, my real name is Norman J.R. Bonner, you know what I'm talking about? I'm a junior. And whenever, growing up, whenever I tell people my name, my friends and all that, whenever I meet new friends, affiliates, and I tell them my name, they say, Norman. You're not a Norman, you know, like Norman is a dude that goes to Harvard or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, and this and that, they like, you can't be a Norman, you know what I'm talking about. Folks don't like calling me Norman, you understand? Not even my kin folks call me Norman, man. Growing up the whole time they always call me Junior, you understand me? All my partners, they gave me nicknames and all that, you know what I'm talking about, so it's like, my demeanor, man, I don't consider it to be a thug demeanor. I don't consider it to be a gangster demeanor. You know what I'm talking about? I don't run around, you know, so and so and be like, God damn it, you know, I'm a gangster, nigga, what's happening? You know what I'm talking about? I don't do none of that. On everything, I ain't never did that. You know what I'm talking about? Whenever times come around and all that, I don't say I'm a thug, nigga. You know, I don't do none of that, man. Me, I just handle business, and it just so happened that my demeanor, you know what I'm talking about, it's inspired by the streets a whole lot, because that's where I spent majority of my time, you know what I'm talking about. And the funny thing is, when I'm cooling in the street and I speak the way that I do, you understand me? Because even though I do have a street lingo or whatnot, my mentality isn't all street, you understand me? So when I'm cooling in the street and all that, you know, people sometimes surprised about, you know, what I have to say or whatnot and how I move about certain things, because they thought I'd be ignorant. You know what I'm talking about? And that's not the case, man, you know. And that's why I try to tell a whole lot of folks, if you ain't learned yet, I learned this 7 years old when I was knee high. Looks is deceiving, man. You understand me? You got a whole lot of dudes out here, you know, claiming roster and all that, but they ain't about peace, unity, love, and respect. You know what I'm talking about? They don't respect the Almighty and they don't respect nature. You understand me? But, you know, they out here claiming roster and all that, but behind closed doors, they doing some other shit, you know what I'm talking about? But then here it is, you know, you got some folks that grow up in the streets or whatnot, don't even claim roster, but they just move. Their actions is peace, unity, love, and respect. And some of them don't even have dreads, and they do have dreads or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? But here it is, you know, they don't even run around claiming roster and all that or whatnot, but their actions, their lifestyle is an example of roster or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? So, if you ain't learned yet, looks is deceiving. So whenever people see me and they hear me speaking, they frown their face up, because they like, oh, you know, I don't know, you know, he seem like he might be a thug, he probably a gangster. You know, I gotta tell you, you know, I don't give a damn, man. You know, they just let me know the type of person I'm dealing with, man, because I don't steal, man. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna violate you, I ain't gonna disrespect you, you understand me? Which kind, man, I come off of respect. I love everybody, every form of race. I don't discriminate, man. Man, I'm about peace, I'm about unity. You know what I'm talking about? That's me 100. You understand me? And you know, so basically, you know, when it comes down to you know how the world perception about me is or whatnot, man, I really don't give a fuck, man. You know, whatever you gotta say about me and all that, man, you know, you can go ahead and try to summarize me, conclude that I am this, you know what I'm talking about, but the fact is, man, I ain't none of what you say I am, you know what I'm talking about. You know, a whole lot of people want to understand and try to define somebody else and, you know, stigmatize them with this and all that, man. Looky here, man. If you're not the Almighty and if you're not within me, you don't know me. and you can try to spend as much time around me and all that and try to get to know me and try to understand me, but I'm gonna tell you like this here. I learned a couple years ago, man, mankind, man or woman, anything that bleeds red cannot be understood. You understand me? It cannot be understood. You may think you know somebody 100 and all this and that. Today, you know, you might believe that, you know, they're gonna do the same things that they've been doing the last couple of days. Come around tomorrow, whatnot, they probably done killed somebody, or, you know what I'm talking about, they're doing some type of foul activity. You understand me? So, however people feel about me and perceive me or whatnot, man, put my nuts in your mouth, man. It really don't matter to me or whatnot. So, for all the haters, you know what I'm talking about, the folks that stigmatize me because I had dreadlocks and perceive me as a thug, I'm not that. I'm a man, you understand me? I ain't no boy, I'm a young man, you understand me? I'm still growing, I'm still gaining more knowledge, I'm still gaining more wisdom. My dreadlocks don't make me who I am, you understand me? But on everything, you know, I'm gonna tell you what my dreadlocks represent to me. I have my dreadlocks to embrace my natural futures that the Almighty blessed me with, you understand me? Because, as I said all the way back to a youngin', I feel like the Lord blessed us with hair for a reason. If it was meant to be cut or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, if it was meant to be kept short, He wouldn't have blessed everybody with hair, you understand me? So that's like, man, I like to go by facts, you understand me? I don't like to go by assumptions of what I've been told and I just flow with it. You know what I'm talking about? Whenever somebody tell me something and it don't really sound right, man, I gotta do the research for myself and figure out what the deal is. And you know, I gotta have my own beliefs, you know what I'm talking about? I have an identity, my own personality, you understand me? So that's basically that, man. And my dreadlocks, I'm just embracing my natural futures, man. My dreadlocks is not a fashion statement, you understand me? I don't have dreads because that's what's in style right now. Everybody named Mama right now got dreadlocks. Nah, because as I said before, these is coming to my grave, man. I plan the length of my dreads, I plan on growing it all the way to my knees. Nowhere past my knees, you understand me? If I didn't have to work in life or whatnot, and you know, let's say I had billions of dollars or millions, you know what I'm talking about, and I ain't had to work, man, I let them things drag on the floor, you know what I'm talking about, but for my convenience to make sure I take care of business and, you know, I can execute swiftly and all that, the farthest I'm gonna let my dreads grow is to my knees, you know what I'm talking about, and when they get to my knees, I'm gonna cut them to my waistline and let it keep on growing down to my knees every time, you know what I'm talking about, and them dreads that I cut or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna keep them either sealed up somewhere, you know, just, just keep them like an artifact, man, you know what I'm talking about. But that's basically this dreadlock video, man. So for my viewer that you know, wanted me to make a video and answer your questions, man, you know, this video is for you and for, you know, my folks that been watching my videos and been wanting to see how long, you know, the dreadlocks, you know, the babies, you know, the body done been growing and all of mine. You know, you see the length, man. They grew a whole lot, man, from a year or whatnot. And you know, the next dreadlock video I make, I'm gonna show you how they look when I twist them up. But I'm basically gonna end this video, man. You know, and hope y'all enjoy it, man. 1 finger for the haters, 2 for the affiliates, 3 for my partner, 4 for my kinfolks, 5 for the Lord. Salute. Already, man. Yeah.